Another radiator swap. As you can see, the van is just there, so nice walk. But this is a big girl, which is 2 meters or 1800 double. I'm only a short ass and built like a beanstalk, so they're always heavy for me. First things first, get the batteries on charge. This is my wet back and dry back that I use. Someone asked me Paul asked me in the comments do I not have a wet back. This is a Makita cordless. There's the number, wet back. But I always forget that it is a wet back and just end up using it as a friggin' Hoover vacuum cleaner. Get these 2 valves shut off now and empty these 2 into the flexible pockets and plumb up. So that's as empty now. Sometimes I'll put a screwdriver in like a flathead if the water's not going where I want it to, so it's obviously now running down into the bucket. Get these air vents open to allow air in and dump the water out. Still not flowing any faster. It's better. Oh, bit too bad. I was waiting for this to empty. It's marked up our centre of the window. Transfer that down to centre of the new rad and then I can get my brackets marked up on the wall. Otherwise you end up hanging around waiting for water to stop. The transfer your lines, what is going on? Transfer your lines from centre of your bracket up top. And get your centre of the radiator and put a mark on there. And you can put it against the mark you've put on the windowsill now. Then you're just basically going to mark the lines off the top of the radiator onto the wall, and then you've got your centre drops for your bracket. So these are the blanks out of the radiator because I've got to take this through the customer's hallway. Don't want any dregs of water spilling out, so I undo the old tails and put these in, and obviously close the air vents before I carry it off anywhere. So there's our line lined up with the centre of the window mark that I've put on. You have got tolerance on these brackets though, because they will slide side to side that way, so you don't have to be bang on, but this way does mean it's bang on. So transfer them marks onto the wall there. Then we just need to work out our height off the bottom of this windowsill, top of skirting, etc, which I'll do next. What I do, place your bracket on the radiator. This is obviously the top, so top of the bracket, top of the radiator, 70mm. So wherever I want my top of the radiator to finish, I'll measure 70mm down from that, and that's the height of the bracket. So again, these have longs and short ways round, so I'm going to have it on the long because of the depth of the windowsill sticking off. Just mark your holes before drilling. If you want it the short way, it would just be like that. As you can see, one of them protrudes like 30mm, the other one 15. Just brings that radiator closer to the wall if need be for pipe work and stuff, but we're altering these because this one's a 1600 and that is an 18, but one floorboard floor with a void underneath, or at least I hope there is. Should be able to alter them easy enough. Is it gonna focus? Don't forget to put your little plastic lugs on. This just stops the radiator rattling on the brackets. I'm going to drop it on. I'm not going to video this because it'd be hard work, but I always lean it up vertical, drop the bottom brackets on first, and then push the weight against the top and slide it up and down. And that's her on. I always stand back and look at it. Now, something's out because the floor skirting board underneath the bottom of the windowsill. That looks like it's just there. Looks like it's perfectly level. If you look at it against the windowsill, there's definitely more of a gap that end than there is that. So I'll put my level on the windowsill, which is more than likely out. I can actually see it looks bowed here anyway. And see what the customer wants me to do. She might want me to drop this end down so it looks level across, but actually that would mean the radiator is then not level, and you'll be able to see that on the floor. Or she might just want me to leave it. We'll see. Obviously I'm using rapid blue in between first and third thread, which is second thread. Spin it up in the radiator. Then give it a nip. Now these ones are 17 mil, these entity valves. I reckon they set in 5 minutes, but I always allow 20 before any water to it. So where this radiator valve is going to end up is in under this board. I'll cut up that one, snark up. These are where the nails are, so that's where the joist is, so I'm going to cut along there. And I'm guessing there's going to be a joist here next to the wall. Cut along where it severs into the other board with the multi-tool. Boards up, pipes there. Hopefully we'll be able to pull that round straight into that on a hand pull bend into a coupling. Open this up now and get the pressure off. On a combi system, so I'll just release the pressure from here. Hand over that. That was lucky. That's just crimped on there. Up and into that. Nice and level, lovely. So we get us lucky on that side. So we did. Might put a little kick on that because it feels like there's a bit of tension there, and I don't want to loosen anything under the floor. Could be a compression fitting or anything. So I have to drop down here and then, I don't know, 1990, something like that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to pull that too much. This is where press comes in handy. Good luck soldering onto that. Get screw bolt back down. Test it's coming through, check with no leaks, get paid, on to the next one. On an expansion vessel you're supposed to check the pressure on the service. Now, experience, you can normally tell just by tapping it how full it is, and that one is full. 3 years ago it was done, so we'll get it drained out, recharge that, and we'll give it another tap test. So this should be at 1 bar. That's my pre-charge, but I'm still going to pump it up to. As you can see, it's on 0, so we'll get that recharged. Now it's charged up to 1. I'll leave that on there for 10 minutes whilst I do the rest of it a bit more on the service, just to make sure that it's still holding its pressure. Remove this off here, bit of LDF, leak detection fluid on top of the Radiator valve to make sure that's not passing, and that's us recharged. You can hear, sounds a lot more tinny and hollow. Tap test passed.